Welcome to the final newscast of the Tiger Media Network News Live of the semester. I'm Kylie Gaughan.
And I'm Tyler Parks. In our opening story tonight, Kansas Governor Sam Brownback came to Fort Hays State Wednesday to speak about the recently passed legislation naming 2 Kansas state fossils and changes to higher education funding. In his first appearance, Brownback signed a copy of the bill, accompanied by Fort Hays State President Edward Hammond and Lieutenant Governor Jeff Collier. At Sternberg Museum, Brownback was introduced by Hammond, and following the signing, Brownback spoke about the fossils and their importance to western Kansas.
Tylosaurus is designated the official marine fossil of the state of Kansas. It inhabited the Great Inland Sea that covered portions of Kansas during the Cretaceous period of the Mesozoic era. Pteranodon is designated the official flying fossil of Kansas. It is a winged animal that flew the skies of the state also during the Cretaceous period. Tylosaurus was a giant predatory lizard-like water creature that grew to about 45 feet in length. Most complete specimens have been recovered in the chalk beds of western Kansas.
Following the visit to Sternberg, Brownback was scheduled to speak at the main Fort Hays State campus about higher ed funding. The delegation, however, was met by community members protesting the recent changes to K-12 funding. The protesters met the governor at the bill signing and followed the delegation to the main campus. Brownback, however, did not show. Instead, Collier spoke at the press event. Before the event started, protesters spoke to members of TMN.
It really won't help our local district much at all. And so, the governor talks about adding money to the schools, but Hays won't see much of an increase at all. And you may notice that this week we lost 16 teachers lost their jobs. So, and as far as the policy pieces, we really disagree with those, and we really feel like they were inserted in a very questionable way as well. Those things should have had hearings, and we really disagree with them.
Hammond also introduced Collier at the press event, where he spoke on the complexity of education funding and how it is important to the prosperity in western Kansas in general.
The governor and I wanted to be able and visit a little bit of where are we going in the state and some of the things that we have accomplished. And you don't always get to hear all of the good things that this legislature did. One of the things that has been a challenge in the state of Kansas has been school funding over the last several years. This has actually been something in which there have been lawsuits for almost 40 years in some sort of continuous fashion. The Supreme Court took up the most recent lawsuit several months ago. They spent about 6 months working on their ruling. They handed that down and particularly respond to what was the equity issue, and that is, are we getting an equal share for all students that is appropriate according to the formula.
The full bill signing can be found on our website.
If you are cleaning out your closet and don't know where to take your gently used professional clothing, the Leadership 310 team is trying to help grow the selection at Jana's Closet. Jana's Closet helps provide women in need of professional clothes regardless of their situation. You can drop off your clothing at Trinity Lutheran Church from 8 to 6 or on the Fort Hays campus in the Leadership Department located in room 235 in Rarick Hall from 8 to 4 until Friday. And to see what Jana's Closet is really about, they are hosting a fashion show Saturday in the Cody Commons located in the lower level of the Memorial Union. All clothing being modeled will be provided by Jana's Closet. They will also have resume and interview tips starting at 4 and the fashion show beginning at 4:30. Refreshments will be provided and is open to the public. If you have any questions, contact the number below.
Tuesday night was the Student Organization Awards reception honoring students and faculty who have made an outstanding contribution to student organizations and student involvement opportunities at Fort Hays State University. Student organizations welcome new members all year round and are free for students to join.
Wednesday night, the Encore Series presented its last performance of the year with Memphis, a thrilling tale of fame and forbidden love taking place in the 1950s, Memphis, Tennessee, in their underground dance clubs. The production is inspired by actual events about a DJ who wants to change the world and a club singer who is ready for her big break. The next Encore Series starts in the fall semester.
Thursday night, the English department and Sigma Tau Delta are hosting the event Writing Tigers Reading and Open Mic. The event features Fort Hays State University writers and composition contest winners for the 2014 Lines Journal. After the reading, the mic will be open to the public where participants are asked to bring poetry or short prose pieces. The event is from 7 to 9 in the Cody Commons in the lower level of the Memorial Union, and refreshments will be served. If you have any questions, contact Lexi Bartlett or Brett Weaver in the English department.
Fort Hays State University is hosting another Science Cafe, and the theme is Viva la Difference, the splendor of variety, with speaker John Hawkswell. In Hawkswell's performance, he will explore the origins and consequences of natural diversity. The event is scheduled for Thursday at Gella's Diner at 7 p.m. and is free and open to the public.
In celebration of Earth Day Tuesday, and also in memory of John Heinrichs, a tree was planted in front of Tamanic Hall. The event drew a fairly large crowd, celebrating both the plant and Heinrich's life. Heinrich was long-term chair of the Geoscience Department, who died unexpectedly over winter break. The search for his replacement is in progress.
On Monday, the Fort Hays State University Small Ensembles hosted a concert at the Beach Schmidt Performing Arts Center. The concert is made up of the music ensembles in the department that perform throughout the year. The concert performs once a year. The final music department performances are listed on their website.
On Friday, the Fort Hays State University Art Department is hosting a Spring Gallery Art Walk in downtown Hays and the Moss Thorns Gallery of Art from 6:30 to 9:30. The MFA art exhibit features artist Sharon McCoy at the Moss Thorns Gallery of Art. McCoy's exhibition will be available to see until May 16th. The events are open to the public.
The University Athletics Board Activities Board is sponsoring a popcorn bar for students on the Memorial Union patio from 11:30 to 2 on Monday. The event is free for students who bring their Tiger card.
The Fort Hays State University Alumni Association and the University Bookstore are sponsoring Grad Fest Thursday. At the events, graduates will find everything they need to know about life after graduation and after college. Free food will be provided, and at the end of the event, a prize drawing will take place. The event will go on until 7 at the Robbins Center here at the campus of Fort Hays State University. And as final week approaches, the Tigers Forever and the Alumni Association will be selling care packages starting at $25. In each package, snacks and drinks will be provided. The deadline to purchase a care package is April 30th. To purchase a care package, contact the alumni office.
The Student Government Association and Omicron Delta Kappa are coming together to host the last lecture with speaker Professor Cole Engel. The last lecture is about what to expect after graduation and will provide guidance for seniors and juniors who are due to graduate. The event is scheduled for tonight at 6 in the Black and Gold Room in the upper level in the Memorial Union. The event is open to the public.
Thinking about being a first-time renter and living off campus? The Student Government Association and Leadership 310 team are hosting a seminar in the Memorial Union Ballroom and will present the basics of what every first-time renter should know and expect. And at the end of the event will be insurance agents, landlords, and Hays Police Department representatives for any questions you may have. The event is scheduled for Friday from 11 to 1 for the block party, where free snacks will be provided, and from 5:30 to 7:30 is the seminar. The event is free for students.
On Saturday, the McMidas Hall Council is hosting the Big Creek Cleanup. Students are free to come attend and help clean up Big Creek and are asked to meet in the 5th floor lobby at 10 a.m. for snacks and drinks, and after, students will start cleaning up around the creek under the Jellison Bridge. On Tuesday, the Leadership Studies Association will be raising awareness about children in poverty by hosting the day-long event, One Day Without Shoes. For the event, students who participate with no shoes are to report to room 235 in Rarick Hall to record their points. The shoeless event will last from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. here on the campus of Fort Hays State University. The Aikido Club is hosting their spring semester of martial arts with instructors Sensei John Biesk and Sensei Leslie Parks Casey. No prior martial arts experience is necessary to participate, but participants are asked to wear loose and comfortable clothing. At the event, participants will learn self-defense strategies. The 3-day event will go on Friday from 6 to 9 p.m., Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., and Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. The event is open to the public. That'll do it for news for today. Up next is sports with CD DeSalvo.
Dude, I'm so drunk right now.
That party was awesome.
Hey, are you still coming to this party?
My girlfriend's in there. I'm way too drunk for this right now.
Really? Who cares? Just, how about you go drive around? I'm going in.
Yeah, I gotta go sit.
All right, dude.
The Fort Hays State men's golf team was in action earlier this week at the MIAA Championships in Lawrence. Junior Trey Herman earned all MIAA honors for the Tigers after shooting 9 over par for the tournament. Herman would finish second in the tournament and help the Tigers to a 10th place finish as a team. Central Missouri would win the conference with a 3-round score of 867. Herman will now wait to see if he will be selected to compete at regionals as an individual. The selection will take place on Friday. The FHSU women's golf team was also in Lawrence for the MIAA Championship tournament earlier this week. The Lady Tigers finished in 8th place overall, shooting 1151 as a team. Samantha Hobson led the way for Fort Hays, scoring 273 for a 26th place finish. Central Oklahoma would go on to win the tournament by 15 strokes and a score of 958. Northeastern State finished second with 973, followed by Northwest Missouri State finishing with 1047. Bailey Price of Northeastern State won the tournament with a score of 233. Now let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for Fort Hays State Athletics. The Fort Hays State baseball team will be in action on the road in St. Joseph, Missouri, taking on Missouri Western in a doubleheader on Friday beginning at 1 p.m. and another doubleheader on Saturday beginning at 1. The women's softball team will be at home this weekend to host the Nebraska Kearney Lopers in a doubleheader beginning at 2 on Saturday and another doubleheader on Sunday starting at 11. And the men's and women's track and field teams will be hosting the annual FHSU Open all day tomorrow. That's your Fort Hays sports for the week. Stay tuned for Around Town, our community affairs segment with Bridget Markey.
Who would do that?
In the Media Studies Department at Fort Hays State University, opportunities are there for the taking. Media Studies students are taught the abilities and skills needed to succeed in collegiate and professional life. Within the department, students are able to learn, develop, and perfect their skills by producing award-winning shows and broadcasting live on radio. With the hands-on experience available, the Media Studies Department offers students the experience for their future today.
For the last show of Around Town, we are talking to Ann Leiker about the Center for Life Experiences. Hello, Ann. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, to get things started off, let's just talk about what the Center for Life Experience is.
Well, basically, the Center for Life Experiences is a faith-based program that is sponsored by the First Presbyterian Church of Hayes, not necessarily for the benefit of the church, but for us to live out what we believe in terms of our responsibility to serve our community and to care for others.
So it's not about conversion, it's about just reaching out to your neighbor.
It's about, yes, love one another.
That's awesome. Okay, well, what did the center look like when it first came about as opposed to where it's at right now?
When the center was first started, it was started through a charitable donation given by a member of the church to do something for the community, not for the benefit of the church. And that was in the year 2000. And in the past 13 years, we've tried to stay as relevant as possible to the needs in the community. We don't want to duplicate. We start out with a mission of providing programs for the health of the body, mind, and spirit, which is huge, but we have refined that down still to continue to be a place where people can find their strengths and talents and share them with others who need them.
Okay, so when you say that you're trying to stay relevant, does that mean your services have changed? What have you offered before as opposed to now?
We evaluate every program that we do to determine if it's still helping people, if it's what it needs to be for people, those kinds of things. So yes, it has changed as people's needs have changed and as different community needs have changed.
Okay, well, since it changes so much, who would you say that it helps in the community? Would you say overall it could eventually benefit everybody if you needed help?
It's for anybody of all ages. We have opportunities for families, for young children, clear through to older adults, people who have lost someone due to suicide, someone who has lost a spouse, and someone who has lost a child. We work with Early Head Start and Head Start to provide services and groups for families on parenting and family issues. We also work with the National Alliance for Mental Illness, or NAMI. We are the resource center for the local affiliate. We have the library.
Could you tell us more about NAMI? I think it's really interesting because people don't know that there is a lot of assistance for mental health here through Center for Life Experiences.
NAMI is a totally volunteer, grassroots advocacy, education, and support group. It meets at the Center for Life Experiences, which is kind of its resource center. That's where its library is. It meets once a month in a support group mode. From 6 to 9, we have 3 different groups. We have a group for people who have mental illness themselves, and then we have an educational offering, a program of some kind that's open to anyone, and then after that we have a group for people who are caring for loved ones or friends or family with mental illness. So it offers just a lot of resources to people with mental illness. No clinical services, but lots of referral and information.
Yeah,
and
I was going to make that distinction that it's not for medical aid. It's actually to go and be among people who understand and are going through the same things as well.
And that's what the center is about, is to bring people together who are going through issues, and they sometimes need to hear, I'm not alone. There are other people that have gone through this and survived and done well, and they can share. They can hear from others what's gotten them through.
Yeah, it could give a lot of hope to people because you don't just help those that are, have been diagnosed with a certain disorder, like say bipolar. You help someone who's going through depression, suicide, anything like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a wide spectrum of helping.
You bet.
Okay.
And even people who want to advocate for mental illness.
Oh, that's awesome. So, when it comes down to Fort Hayes and helping with the Center for Life Experiences, what has been the involvement with Fort Hayes?
Well, I've been very honored to be a part of the Service Learning Committee of Fort Hays State University because I totally believe in the value of experience and academic reflection as students learn and move out into the community. And so I have hosted interns and service learning projects through classes at Fort Hays and working with professors.
And you guys kind of do an interesting thing with getting people to know each other. So, and typically service learning will help with this area. Could you tell us about what that is?
Oh, definitely. That's what a lot of the center is you can come face to face with someone and have a conversation. And so many times it's so easy for us to almost hide behind our smartphones or computers or whatever.
It's easy to distract yourself.
Yes, and then you lose the ability to be able to sit down and just talk with someone, and you isolate yourself even more. So it's about bringing people together.
And people do want this, because you had touched on at one point when I was talking to you about the 250 people that turned out for an event.
Yes, that was part of one of our programs called Community Connections, which we partner with Fort Hays about. We've done this for, I believe, going on 5 to 6 years. And it's bringing international students who are far away from their families and homes together with people from the community who, and some of our people have their own families and young children, but it's, to bring together people who maybe of a different generation, older people who maybe their kids have grown and they have a little more time to form friendships, to get people to, so again, learning to build relationships between generations and between cultures. It's one-on-one knowledge rather than through a TV screen or through a computer screen. It's actually
it's attempting to break a lot of barriers that I'm sure I'm guilty of it. I can ignore certain groups of people on campus just because I don't know how to mingle with them. So
it really makes a difference when you can sit down next to someone and just talk to them and realize we're just all human beings.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, how do you get involved if you feel compelled to join this and help out?
Just if you would like to see what we offer, if there's something that you're wanting to do, call me and we'll kind of have a conversation and see what we can do to bring you together with maybe something that we're doing that matches your interests, and you can be helping someone and helping yourself at the same time.
Okay, and you can just Google Center for Life Experiences. It'll take you to what you need.
Yes, we have a website, and www.cfle.weebly.com is our website, and our yes, and we have a Facebook page as well if you just go to the Center for Life Experiences.
All right, well, that's amazing what you guys offer. It's truly unconventional, and I think it's quite beautiful.
It's very exciting and very, very needed, I believe, in this day and age.
Yes, well, we are out of time for today, but thank you so much to Ann Leiker for coming in, and now it's back to the news desk.
Thanks, Bridget. So it really has been an interesting, long, fun year, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to believe it. Another one's already come and go, and it's already the end here. But looking forward to a fun summer, relaxing a little bit, getting away from school, but ready for next year.
Oh yeah, big transition this year. Well, thanks for tuning in to TMN Live. For everyone here at the Tiger Media Network, I'm Tyler Parks.
I'm Kylie Gaughan.
And I'm CD DeSalvo.
Good night.